Greetings and salutations, my friends. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm doing a collaboration piece with my best friend, Susan Holt. She does a lot of painted rocks, and I asked her if she would prepare some rocks for me to tangle on. So this is one I've done previously, and another one. I really enjoy this as a challenge because it's not a smooth surface to be writing on. She has gessoed and put white acrylic paint on the rocks. And these are Arizona River rocks. And I'm going to be using a Micron PN pen. It has a plastic nib and a little bit thicker than our Micron 01, but it writes a lot smoother on the bumpy rock. We're going to be playing with reticula and fragments. So for that, I need a grid of sorts. I'm going to start with making a circle, roughly the outline of the rock. And then separate that into 6 sections. I'm not going to speed up the video today. I'm going to be working on an actual speed, but skipping the repetitive parts, at least some of them. So now that I have my reticula, I'm going to do a fragment. And that is anything that fills that space. I'm going to start by drawing from the middle of the wide part to the point, and then giving some weight on either side of that line. Drawing a line next to it, and then giving weight to just one side. Well, that's not true. I do a little bit of weight on the side that I did it previously on, and that makes this lovely little petal shape. But most of the weight goes on the right. And then I'll do the opposite on the other side, where most of the weight goes on the left. Making sure to turn my rock, it's not a tile, turn my rock in all sorts of directions. So that my hand is always working at the most comfortable angle. I'm going to skip ahead to where I filled them all in. Here it is, almost complete. A straight line down, slightly to the right, and then fill in on the left. I don't know if this particular fragment has a name in the zentangle method. But it sure fills the space nicely. It can fill just about any area very nicely. I'm going to look at that, Some of the areas are a bit shiny, so I have to tilt the rock to see what I'm looking at. Now I'm going to aura the original circle. And that's just tracing around it. I highly recommend you check out Holt Artist on Facebook or Susan Holt on YouTube, because she shows how she does all these pour paintings and silhouettes that are just amazing. She is a master with acrylic. Now I'm going to just do some U shapes all around. Just barely kissing that line from previous. I'm keeping my hand still and turning the rock so that my hand is doing the same movement over and over, and I get a more uniform line that way. And I'm really appreciating the surface, just really showing a lot of gratitude for it. It is an extra challenge as the little holes take hold or skip the ink. And so it's just been a lot of fun to play with. I want to look at it, and I'm going to do that same motion in reverse, putting the tips in the voids of the other one. And this will create a little bit of a rickrack look. Now, painted rocks have a variety of uses, either as a paperweight on the desk or a doorstop, but most commonly they are hidden and then found by random people just to brighten their day. And I think that is just a beautiful and wonderful way to share art with the world. And that's what Susan does with her rocks, of which she has made hundreds in the last year. And you can see all of those on her Facebook page, her artist Facebook page, S.A. Holt Artist. Now I'm going to create a line on the outside of that, just kissing the tips of each of the rickracks. It feels so nice to have something solid to spin in my hand. I might have to do some more of these. You can see at speed, it's not a fast process. It's nice and slow, and I'm taking my time to get the line just where I want it. Well, most of the time. And if it's not where I want it, I'll just keep going with it because there are no mistakes. Have you ever found a painted rock out in nature? A little something that somebody's left behind to say, hello, I was here. And I hope you have a great day. That's what these rocks always say to me. I'm looking at the piece, seeing what it needs more. And I think I'll go around the edges with little circles called perfs. No perf is perfect. You can see I'm starting in the middle of the previous one. I'm just going around. That way I'm sure that they're touching. Remembering to breathe, remembering to stay calm and focused on just this line, not the piece as a whole, just building it up one circle at a time. Anything is possible, one stroke at a time. Now this part goes a little bit on the corner and falls off onto the side, so it's more comfortable to hold it in my hand. On a side note, I'm also starting to send some of my zentangles that are on paper out to friends to color. And so hopefully we'll have some future collaborations to show you. If you're one of my friends on Facebook and interested in coloring one of my pieces, drop me a direct message and we'll arrange something. This is the part where you really have to focus on taking it one step at a time. As it comes close to finishing, it's tempting to make them bigger or just reach them out to be done with it. But no, take your time, think it through. There you go. What a lovely little rock, a little jewel. But I think it needs some weight. So in between the rickrack and the lines that define it, I'm going to fill those little triangles in with ink. Almost done now. How does art make you feel when you see it unexpectedly out in the world? Now, most painted rocks are available, are traditionally either you can keep them, hide them, or just leave them. Leave them where you found them. And on the back there will be instructions to that effect. This has been a wonderful collaboration with Susan Holt, and she's going to take these and clear coat them and protect them, and then go out and hide them. And I really appreciate your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.